Good morning. All right, we are going to start with the warm-up number 48. So if you have not done that yet, go ahead and pause the video, give it a try, and then come back when you're ready to go over it. All right, so today is, I didn't click the button yet. Today is March 31st, last day of March, which means last day of March Madness. So make sure you're getting after that. Winners will be announced tomorrow. Okay. Start with our word problem. It says Rob purchases a book that costs $25.37. He pays for the book with $30. How much change should he receive? So, go ahead and write this out here. This is going to be a subtraction problem. So we paid with $30. All right, and this is the case for a lot of our decimal stuff, but especially in money, you're always going to want to add 2 zeros after that. If it doesn't already tell you the cents, like our next one, it tells us that it's $25.37. But if it doesn't tell you, add those zeros. And now we have a subtraction problem. All right, so we can't do 0 minus 7 or any of those other ones, so we're going to have to do a lot of borrowing. So I'm going to go all the way back here to this 3. That 3 is going to become a 2. All right, which would make this a 10. But we're going to borrow for the next one, so that becomes a 9. This becomes a 10. And then we have to do, the next one needs to borrow again, so this becomes a 9. This becomes a 10, and now we can subtract. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. Don't forget our decimal. 9 minus 5 is 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. So how much change should he get? $4.63. All right, solve mentally. So I'm going to do something a little weird here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go through and do all of our, I'm going to ignore the zeros for now, and I'm going to go back in and see how many zeros we need for each one. So I'm going to start with 7 times 8 is 56. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 22 is 22. And 6 times 1 is 6. All right, so now we can see how many zeros we need. So if we don't have any exponents, which are those tiny numbers on the bottom two, we just look at how many zeros are there for our multiplication problem. 2 zeros. All right, we gotta make sure we count backwards from 3. 1, 2, 3, and add our comma. All right, over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And then count backwards 1, 2, 3, add our comma. All right, here, so this one we have an exponent. When you have an exponent, that's how many zeros you need. All right, if the other number, so this is 22. This 22, that does not have a 0 on it, so all we have to do is look at that number right there and add 2 zeros. This one, we add 3 zeros, but then we also have to add 1 more since there's a 0 in the other number. So 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Weird. Okay, let me scroll. Maybe it'll work better if I scroll. One, two, three, 4. And then comma. That looks like a decimal. Make it an obvious comma. There we go. All right, again, guys, I'm going to just go through these at my normal pace because you guys have the capability to pause, write stuff down, back up, watch it again, whatever you need to do. So I'm just going to keep on going. All right, place value. Explain how 301, what on earth is 301/10? Sorry. Why is it doing that? Oh no, you guys. All right, let me see if I just do it harder. There we go. 301/10 is different from 301. So why is it doing this? Let me... (301/10). There we go. All right, and then comparing that to 301, or just 301, I should say. All right, so I'm not going to write this all out because it'll take me forever and you guys probably won't be able to read it. But now that we know what numbers we're actually looking at, this number is bigger, right? Oh, dear Lord. 301 is bigger by 9/10. It's 9/10 bigger because it has a 1 in the ones place, whereas this one has a 1 in the tenths place. So that's the main difference here. It's a 1 in the ones place versus a 1 in the tenths place. All right, Henry and 3 friends. So right now I'm already thinking that means that's 4 total people, right? Henry plus his 3 friends purchased plane tickets that cost $3,012 in total. If each plane ticket costs the same amount, how much does one ticket cost? So we need to do some division here. 3,012 divided by 4. 4 does not go into 3. 4 into 30, I'm thinking 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract. You could bar here, or you could just look at the big number and think 30 minus 28. That's 2 away, right? Oh my. Bring down our next number. 4 goes into 21 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. I'm going to run out of room here. I'm going to start writing sideways. 21 minus 20 is 1. Sorry, guys. Bring down our next number is 2. 4 goes into 12 exactly 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Sorry about that. So how much does it cost? $753. All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase this stuff down here that's crossing over to the next problem. If you need to see it, you can just go back on the video and pause. All right, find the value of each variable. So 6 times, 6 times what? 54. Why is that still there? 6 times 9, right? Oh my goodness. Just need to be listening in case you can't see what's happening. Oh, this worked so well last week, you guys. I don't get it. Okay, what times 8 equals 56? 7. Oh, I think I figured it out. Okay. What times, or 42, 42 divided by what equals 6? 7. So this one is the only one I think is a little bit tricky. What divided by 4 equals 48? So I'm going to go ahead and work backwards here. if it'll let my marker show up. Oh, goodness. 48 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Carry the 3. Oh my goodness, this is making me so mad. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So 192. Oh my goodness, you guys. There we go, 192. All right, last one here, find the product. $78 times 34. All right, 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 3 is 31. All right, so we're done with that number. I'm going to put a placeholder here. 3 times 8 is 24. Carry the 2. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 2 is 23. All right, then we need to add 2 plus nothing is 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 3 plus 3 is 6. Nothing plus 2 is 2. So our final answer is 2,652. Woo. All right, that's our roll up. Pause that if you need it. I'm going to keep on going. So let's look at our MathBook website. This is what it looks like once you log in and click on your little book logo, right? And hopefully you've all seen this by now, but I know you also have hopefully you have your textbook with you. We are going to have to, this is our last chapter in this book. So I'm working with Mrs. Teams to figure out how to get you guys the second math workbook. So I'm thinking probably in the mail next week. But if you ever don't have your book with you, or maybe you left it at school, right here you can click ebook. And then this should pop up. Let's see if it's going to be on the right page for me. Not quite. So I want us to go to page 371, which you can type that in that box at the bottom. But I'm just going to do this. Full screen. Zoom in a little. Okay. So we are starting chapter 6, which is multiply and divide decimals. Look here, you can see our essential question is, how is multiplying and dividing decimals similar to multiplying and dividing whole numbers? That's a really good question because hopefully we feel pretty good about our skills on multiplying and dividing whole numbers by now. And so if there's similarities, then that should make it easier for us to figure out how to multiply and divide decimals. If you look at the bottom here, there's a little video. It says watch, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. So go back to our MathBook website. Right now, like there's a video right here. See the play button over here? But see the play button over there, yeah. But if you look here, it says we're on chapter 5 something, so we need to put on the right chapter. And we are on chapter 6, and right now we're doing Am I Ready? And there you go. See, that's that matching video. So you can go ahead and watch that. Push pause on my video, watch that, and then come back. And when you come back, we'll go back to our book. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. I'm going to skip over that page. Okay, am I ready? So we're going to do a couple of these together, and then this is going to be your homework. So it is posted online, and it is scheduled to let you start it at 10:15 a.m. And so if you try before 10:15, it will not let you in. Once 10:15 hits, you'll be able to try it. But I'm going to do some of them here for you, about a third of them. And so hopefully you watch this video, and then you can get at least 5 of them right. Okay. All right, let's zoom in a little. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. So we're going to do together right now, number 1, number 5, number 8, number 9, and number 12. If we can get to let us write. Okay. So we're just reviewing some old skills here that we'll need to use to learn our new skills and to put into practice with our new skills. So you're probably going to want some scratch paper here. I do not have that, so I'm going to write up in the top corner and then probably erase it if I need to. So starting with number 1, 126 times 30. 0 times 6 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. All right, and then we need to put our placeholder here. Done with that. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. Then we need to add 0 plus nothing is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 7 is 7. Nothing plus 3 is 3. So 3,780. Right, pause it if you still need it. I'm going to scroll down. All right, so number 5. Sorry, guys. All right, I think I'm going to use this space over here, I think. 114 divided by 6. Excuse me. Don't worry, I just have allergies. 6 does not go into 1. It goes into 11 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract and we get 11 minus 6 is 5. Bring down our next number. How many times does it go into 54? Exactly 9 times. 9 times 6 is 54. So no remainder. So our answer is 19. All right, let's look at this. Number 8, this word problem. I'm going to make you guys do number 4, which is a word problem, but I'm going to help you out with number 8. So it says Hugo spent $216 on 4 sweaters. If each sweater costs the same amount, find the cost of 1 sweater. So our total, we have 216 here, and we need to divide that by 4 to figure out how much he paid per sweater. All right, 4 does not go into 2. It goes into 21 5 times. Oh my goodness. 5 times 4 is 20. 21 minus 20 is 1. Bring down our next number. How many times does it go into 16? Exactly 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Sorry about running over here. 16 minus 16 is 0. And it's a little bit hard to read, so you might need to back up and listen to what I'm saying. So our answer is exactly 54. What on earth? Okay. 54. You guys heard me say it, right? If not, you can back up. All right. Round each number to the nearest whole number. So a whole number, that's like into the ones place, right? So if it's asking you around to the nearest whole number, that means to the ones place. So what's in the ones place in this number? It's the 2, right? So we look at the next number, which is a 7. 7 is bigger than 5. It means we're going to round up to 3. All right, on the number 12, nearest whole number is that 6. The next numbers are 3, that's smaller than 5, so we're going to round down to 6 instead of up to 7. I promise that's a 6 and not a G. There we go. All right. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right, back up, pause if you need to. Maybe listen really cool. Oh my. Listen really closely if you're struggling to read what I wrote. I apologize for that, and I'm going to try and figure out how to make that look better for you guys next time. But we're going to go ahead and go to the next page. And this one we can do together right now. So if you want to, you can pause the video, try it yourself, see how you do. And then you can unpause it and check your answers with mine. That'll be if we can even figure out how to write it. So, all right, since it's hard for me to write on here, I'm going to use abbreviations for these. So a composite number. So remember, a composite number is the opposite of a prime number. Prime numbers can only be divided by 1 and themselves. Like 7, you can only do 7 times 1 is 7. There's no other multiples, or no other factors, I'm sorry. So a composite number is anything else, and that has to do with whole numbers. All right, CN for composite. Here's what we'll do. We'll do all the whole number ones in blue. Maybe that'll make it easier in case you guys can't read what I'm writing. All right. Then we can do decimals in green. Here, it's a decimal point. Obviously applies to only decimals. DP for decimal point. And then for both, we'll do orange. Divide. You can divide all those numbers, right? Decimals and whole numbers. You can estimate decimals and whole numbers. All right, and then the hundredths place, remember if it has that TH, that is part of a decimal number. Multiply, you can do to both. Ones place, that's part of a whole number. Whole numbers have to have something to the ones place. Decimals do not, right? You could have 0.76, and that does not have anything in the ones place. That 0 is just a placeholder. Right, place value, that applies to both. Powers. We've really only been using powers with whole numbers, but technically speaking, you could use powers for anything. And then tenths, thousandths. Oh, that's not thousands, that's thousands. That one does not have the TH, and it won't let me erase. Okay, I guess I'm right over it. That one's thousands, not the TH, so that is whole numbers. All right, THS for thousands. And then we could just use T for tenths. that might be confusing. So if it is, you can go back and look at the color coding of the crossouts. All right, pause that there if you need it. I'm gonna go to the next page. All right, so this is the last thing we're gonna look at for today. I'm not even gonna do anything right now. I'm just gonna show you. So your book has these flashcards, but if you remember, we already started making our own vocab paper for all of the properties: associative, commutative, identity, and distributive. And we already put some of them on. If you remember, we did most of them for addition, I think, but we can do them now for multiplication too if we have not yet. I will fill the line out and post a picture with today's lesson for that. All right, so last thing I'm going to show you is just making sure you know what the homework is. Again, it was that Am I Ready one. And that is already on here. And right there it is, homework page 373, which is the chapter 6, Am I Ready? Scheduled to open at 10:15, and you need to finish it today. Today's homework. It says it's going to let you till 9, or it says it's due at 9 a.m. tomorrow, like it would be if we had math class tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that's it for today. Rewatch if you need something, or email me if you have questions or comment on the assignment. And I'm going to be on all day today to try and help you guys out with stuff. And then when you finish your other schoolwork, get cracking on March Madness. It is the final stretch. And remember, there's lots of different prizes, so you are not out of the running. No one is out of the running. Anybody could still win a prize. And that's it for today. Have a good day, guys.